All right, so these are the biggest mistakes that people make when they are building funnels. And I already kind of talked about number one. That is, they build the product before thinking about the funnel. And notice that I always say idea first, funnel type second, outline third, copy fourth. You will completely change the game if you do things in that order, okay? Number two, trying to smush existing stuff in a funnel just because you need an order bump and an OTO. You're like, oh, I'm gonna add this, I'm gonna add this, I'm gonna add this. And it's just like, no, like that's not gonna work. Like a lot of times people come to me and they're like, I have so much content. I could build 17 funnels. And I was like, yeah, but none of the content makes sense. And so the problem is that you are gonna have to build new things. And they're like, no. And I'm like, yeah, but this is like, you can't just smush stuff into a funnel and expect people to buy it. It's like trying to have a garage sale or like a tag sale funnel. It's like, don't do it. That is a new name. I'm going to trademark it. Stop with your tag sale funnels. The third mistake is not giving the funnel its best shot before dumping money in ads. I've seen so many people who just like wing it and then they plan to spend money in ads. And it's like, it's like Elon Musk, he has this rocket ship, right? And every rocket ship costs like $60 million to build. And so he's got to make sure that that rocket ship has got its best shot of getting to whatever, the moon or space, okay? If he was like, you know what, we don't need to really worry about that like wing over there. That's not a big deal, right? He knows the stakes are high. Oftentimes when we build funnels, because they're digital assets, we just like, we can fix it later. Let's just run money in ads. It'll be fine. Even if it doesn't work, I won't get disillusioned. Oh, hell, you won't. Yes, you will. So give your funnel its best shot before you just like dump $1,000 in ads on it, okay? Number four, thinking, this is not that much money, so it doesn't really need a lot of copy. People think, it's only 27 bucks. No, you need a crap ton of copy to sell even just a $7 product, okay? So don't be fooled by that. A lot of people forget how competitive the space actually is, or they forget that like people are used to paying $16 a month for Netflix, and then Netflix hauls off and spends billions on production. So don't get in the mindset of, this is just like a $7 ebook, it'll be fine. Like you should think every product should be like, how do I make this Netflix level value, right? Like what I'm doing right now today is free for you guys. A lot of you, and I would love any shout outs you could give, will say that this is better than paid courses, right? Because I am always like, I want the best thing that I could possibly put out for the value I provide. I want the value to be so far above what people pay, right? Because I know that we live in a world where people pay $16 a month for Netflix, who spend billions of dollars on production. And so every single thing you put out should have that sort of mindset of like, if it's $27, how do I deliver $1,000 of value? If it's $1,000, how do I deliver $100,000 of value? Like the more you think like that, the faster you will have success, I guarantee. Okay. And number 7, Franken funnels. And I don't just mean ugly funnels. What I mean is when people are like, they go rogue and they're like, I'm going to do a squeeze page to a webinar. And then I'm going to like add an OTO, and they like try to add OTOs on webinars, or they try to like add 16 OTOs or 4 downsells or like 85 options. Like if you're a beginner, just use the very simple basics that I outlined today. It will give you your best shot. Remember what I said at the beginning is that you want the simplest funnel to achieve the goal. Okay. So don't build Franken funnels. And then the last mistake that people make, and this is probably the biggest one, is that they have mismanaged expectations about what a funnel can do, conversion rates. And I know a lot of you guys want me to talk about that. I'll see how much time I have, but that is the number one problem I see is mismanaged expectations. And people throw away funnels and offers all the time that were perfectly good offers. They just didn't realize how bad their expectations were skewed. So if you can avoid these mistakes, you will be like scores above the rest of the crowd. And this is why typically, and I don't have 100% success rate. Even Russell doesn't have 100% success rate in funnels. Not every funnel we get right, no matter how many times we redo it. But I greatly increase the chance of success the more I stick to these guiding principles of funnel design and funnel building. So for what that's worth.